Today's episode of the Steezy and Eazy MMA Hour is sponsored by Shroom Bar, the protein mushroom bar. It's made up of not psychedelics, but 4 powerful mushroom adaptogens. It has lion's mane, which increases focus, memory, and neuroplasticity, making it easier to form new patterns and learn new things. It has cordyceps, which increases VO2, blood flow, and overall endurance. It has reishi, which decreases stress, and it also has turkey tail, which boosts your immune system. And if you go to eatshroombar.com right now and use promo code Steezy and Easy, you will get 30% off your first order. Again, the website is eatshroombar.com, promo code Steezy and Easy. And thank you very much, Shroom Bar, for sponsoring this episode.
What's up, dude?
What it do, what it don't do. That's Steezy. This is Easy. This is the hour. You already know what time it is. And yeah, it's been a while since we've recorded, but I have a good excuse this time. We have brought y'all a special guest. Let me bring him in real quick. Boom, 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 boom. 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 What? No, but it is the return of the Mac for real.
What's up, boys?
What's going on, dude? Bro, you've been busy.
Return of the Mac.
I've been super busy, dude. I really. Okay, you guys just actually caught something that's never happened before when I recorded a podcast.
What was that?
That man been busy.
Did the camera catch that? There's a beer right here. You remember how right before we started this shit, I walked off to grab another beer? Well, it's on the floor right now.
Oh, real?
Well, I mean, occupational hazard. But what's up, boys?
Oh, man, I thought you fucking spilled it or something, dude.
Oh, no, it's spilled all over the floor.
Oh, no.
I got to back up. But, dude, this is where I do this. This is where I drink, bro. It's all good.
Hey, fair play. Good. Danger zone.
Well, Mac so Molly, welcome back.
You guys are gonna have to actually. You guys are gonna have to update me a little bit on what's been going on with you guys, what's been going on with everything. I don't do a lot of these. You know that, Andre. Sorry, dude. It's taken, and Steezy, obviously, my boy.
No, you're cool, dude.
But I'm here, and you're one of the few people I'll do it for. So, what's up? Like, what do we want to talk about today?
I appreciate that, man. You got a lot going on. Like we want a little bit of insight, dude. Like you know, dirty boxing and shit. And I watched that whole event, bro. Like, I think that motherfucker stellar.
What'd you think?
I was surprised, man. Like the production was good, and people were going for it. Like there were finishes.
Oh, dude, it was a 66.6% finish rate, 8 out of 12.
Yeah, dude.
Industry rating is like UFC has 22% knockout rate. But,
that's crazy.
Yeah, but like also, let me be clear.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when people are sitting there saying like, "Oh, dude, Yoel, who did he fight though?" Bro, do you think did we pitch it as like, "Yo, this is the most, you know,
the end all be all"?
Yeah, bro, this is the champ of the world, bro. Like, dude, Yoel's Yoel, and we put him in there with a fucking like what 6'11" dude or whatever.
He was keeping his range good, man. 1-2, you know, keeping Yoel at distance. Like Yoel had to work, bro. It wasn't as easy as people thought.
Well, and then Yoel like seems to be going for this thing nowadays where it's like 3 rounds, like he just coasts. He coasts.
Yeah, and he goes for it, man.
And then when he decides it's over, and it's funny, Mike Perry, I was talking to him about it earlier.
Shout
Mike
out.
Perry on the broadcast straight up goes like, at the end of the second round goes, "Oh man, bro, I thought Yoey would have had it done by now." Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I heard that on the pod. I mean, on the.
And then they went out there and started banging. It's like, yeah. So it's obviously not anything set up or anything, you know, but like what, you know, it's a fucking fight, bro. You put Has anyone ever watched Bellator? I don't.
Yeah, Bella Snore.
Bro, that's the last live event. That's the last live MMA event I went to was a Bellator event.
Really, which
It's
one?
like Rampage Vanderlei. The last time they fought.
Oh fuck! Who Rampage won that? Didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Dude, damn, that's
He
crazy.
slept him. But it was just like, man, I would have loved to have seen Rampage way before that. But like, I was like, I'm a huge Rampage fan. It was that going to that show was all about Rampage for me. Like, I just had to see him live.
Is
He's
such
about to fight Rashad.
What? Oh yeah, he's in Albuquerque. We just had Rashad on the podcast, and we were talking.
Yeah, I watched that one. Yeah, man, Rashad's sick, dude. He's he was one of the people coming up when I was in like middle school watching, bro. You know, the light guy beating up all the bigger fighters and shit. Yeah. I've been a fan here since day one, and his like mental, like his mindset, and like hearing him speak about spirituality and shit. That's super interesting.
So you watched the uncensored version?
I guess I did.
When I talked to him about the shrooms.
Yeah.
Dude, we could not put that on YouTube.
So that's like crazy. I mean, well, it's about
Yeah, and it goes into kind of what I was telling you guys right before this. Throw your shit out there on X, man. This is like where you guys have the homies. This is where homies will listen to it, and then you don't have to worry so much. But like, it was bullshit. Mike and this wasn't bullshit, but like Mike and Bags kind of like took that podcast from the beginning and were asking most of the questions. And when I finally came in, I asked him about, you turned vegan after a fucking mushroom trip.
Yeah, dude.
And then we went. He said he had an hour. We went like 2, and because we got all into that, and I'm like, dude, that was like the most fucking. I'm with you, Steezy. That was like a super insightful thing. I mean, I love that. I love that one, and it sucks, that we had to cut that shit out. But thanks for watching that shit, man.
Yeah, man. Supporting homies. I really want to bullshit with, George is one of the guys that I would love to hear him talk about this kind of shit. Especially with all the UFO phenomenon going on. Yes, dude.
You want to hear a story?
What's up?
Okay, so first time I met GSP, it was my first traveling gig for Karate Combat. And they were like, yo, do you want to come help us produce and fucking record some content with Boss Rutan and GSP and Wonderboy?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and I was like, wait, what?
What kind of question
is that's a dream, dude.
I know.
Boss Rutan's my favorite.
They flew me the fuck out there, and I go to this little studio, and Boss Rutan, Wonderboy Thompson, and GSP are there. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I was mind blown. And I still
that's insane, dude. Like, as an MMA fighter, that should be everybody's bucket list.
I'm living the dream. But dude, we had like this lunch served to us, like a catering service comes up and fills up this whole table with fajitas.
Hell yeah.
We all take like an hour break to go. If you want to go grab food, fine. If you want to eat the catering, that's fine. And GSP's sitting there eating a plate of fajitas all in the corner by himself. And I'm like, okay, well, that might be a signal that he doesn't want to be bugged right now.
Yeah, or opportunity for conversation.
Yeah, so I walk over there and I go, dude, huge fan. I'm from Albuquerque. Is it true? Because I seen it before too. I was like, did you used to drive around a white Jeep with GSP on the side in the Northeast Heights? And he's all, oh yes, very much. Or I can't do that, And then
I got you. What do you want? What do you want him to say?
Yeah, the motherfucker started.
The next thing he says, well, I said is I asked him, dude, I just want to know like about dinosaurs and UFOs. You ever experience anything? And on God, dude, he immediately
the hotel room story, huh?
Just dropped it and was like, dude, Rashad Evans and me, Rashad won't tell you this, but me and Rashad were driving one time, bro. There's a lot of stuff I could tell you. Like he just went off.
Just straight into it.
Like, dude, it's amazing. And then he also told me that he went to school. He went to college for paleontology, or he's
dinosaur bones and shit, right? Yeah.
But he's like legit going to college for that shit. And so then my friend Abby brought a little fossil she had found, and she goes, I just thought you'd like this because
lit up.
Dude, he broke down. This is late Cretaceous period, probably. I have a video of it.
So
it's
cool.
Fucking hilarious.
Dude. That's super cool. That's what I like about him, bro. He's a nerd.
The
Oh
biggest.
my God, this is a rare specimen I have never seen before.
There, you're doing it better than me. 100%. 100%.
Bro, I my impression game is crazy. And fuck, man, you really are living the dream, man. And I'm gonna need you to like write down a list of like fighters that would be down to get on here, even if it's like 2.
I can shoot you
Because
some.
that shit gets so frustrating, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's really hard to get people to, and everybody keeps telling me, hey, you're not trying enough. I'm like, bro, you don't know
No, yeah.
how hard I'm trying.
Yeah.
I contact anybody and everybody I possibly can to get an interview. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm just trying to go for every biggest name possible. You know what I mean? From big to small. Like if you'll get on here, you'll get on here. Like the only person that was down enough to get on.
You get that one though. You get one, and you show that you're like chill. Like, dude, what I've noticed in podcasting for sure is people are tired. Like, dude, they get tired of the fucking same question. How's training camp going? How are you preparing for your opponent? Like, just that question. Like, how do I come up with a more interesting way to say that? Like, no, it doesn't work. Ask them about some old shit, dude. Ask them about some real shit. Ask them about what's going on in the world right now. That's what you want to do. And then you tail into whatever like specifics that are relevant at the time, like, you know, your upcoming fight. But like, bro, people just want to bro out like, you know, like we would.
100%. That's why I like your content, man. Because you show fighters as people, bro. And like, you know, and they got backstories about them being humans. They're not just this motherfucker that comes in and, you know, chokes motherfuckers out and then, you know, goes back to training every day. Like, these are people. And it's cool when reporters and media and, you know, all that shit, when they show that side of fighters instead of like antagonizing and just having them snap and shit. And that's why I really appreciate what you do.
I appreciate
that's the good shit.
Well,
you know, I like to see that shit.
I got to give credit to Mike Perry. Mike Perry is the reason we get these huge guests, but the reason we keep getting them is because other fighters see that, oh, this is like the type of podcast like
hang out and bullshit.
Exactly. That's it. That's
great conversation.
That's my advice. Like, dude, you get one, you finally get the one, and then that word starts spreading. Like, oh, that was the easiest podcast. It wasn't even a podcast. That's it.
That was cool. The Matt Sarah on there bullshitting too.
And that's what we've had one MMA fighter on here, which was Tim Elliott. And shout out Tim Elliott. And afterwards, you know, like he contacted me. He was like, bro, I've done a lot of podcasts. He's like, we honestly could have went longer. You guys are hella relatable. You guys are hella easy to talk to. He's like, it wasn't like a typical interview for me where I was like miserable the whole time. And you know, like that right there let me know, like, you know, we're definitely people. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm kind of toasted. We
bros.
Yes, relatable. Thank you,
dude. Yeah,
relatable. Exactly.
Okay, real quick, this might not be like the best podcast type of conversation, but like, how you boys been doing, man? You guys are my guys.
Shit, I'm chilling, man. I don't know about Easy.
Easy out there fucking giving the people's elbow to homies
with the motherfucking crackheads.
I think anybody who knows me knows how I'm doing, man. I kind of use Twitter as a fucking journal, but I just deal with psychopaths. I don't deal with nearly as many as of right now because we're not doing fucking food stamps right now, and that's what a majority of this town like lives off of, unfortunately, which is pretty crazy because I moved down here because it's like the most affordable city in California you could possibly live in, and like the struggle is super, super real out here for a lot of people. And I'm just like, I drugs, man, don't do them.
If you ever left California, where would you go?
Dude, that's a good question. I've lived hella fucking other states, and I always end up back in California. I've lived in Georgia. I've lived in New York. I've lived in Washington. I've lived in Arkansas.
Jeez.
Oh, always end up coming back to California. But if I were to leave again, I don't know, man. That would be a tough one. If there was an opportunity in another state or something for me to be able to do something like this or something like that, where I could be able to be lucrative, or not lucrative, but you know, be financially stable at least, I'd probably jump on it.
You're just throwing out like the hook. Hey, if anyone wants to pick me up, I'm out. I'm out.
Hell yeah.
100%. What about you, Steezy? Where you at? I forget where you're at and
In the world and shit. I just moved out to Dallas, man. I'm going to school right now. Got tired of, I got laid off in Washington, so I got tired of not having stability. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go get a license. So when the crunch time shows up, I can be like, hey, I'm a veteran in license. Like, y'all motherfuckers need me. So I'm in school to get my AMP right now.
Hell yeah, dude.
Just chasing the bag, man. Ain't no money around me. So I'm trying to go get it. Sick. I want to live a better lifestyle. So
that's the goal, man.
Yeah, working on that. Just go to school on the weekends. I was never no fucking scholar, man. So this shit's kind of hard.
Amen.
I'm not a book guy.
Well, dudes, it's really great to like catch up with you guys again. You guys, let's talk about some MMA though. And I'm not leading your show or anything like that, but I'm actually a little bit out of loop. I didn't even see UFC London because I was working the dirty boxing card. I was on my way over there, and I didn't even really see clips of the Leon fight.
Yeah, might have been a reason.
Anything besides the head kick. I saw the head kick at Shauna, and that was dope. And then she came back and won. And I know what happened in the main event. But yeah, let's chat about some shit. Inform me.
Brady dominated his ass, honestly. Like,
it's just
Leon didn't really have nothing for him. It was kind of reminiscent of the Bilal fight.
Do you think that he had flashbacks? Like,
it looked like it.
Okay, because when I heard he got dominated, I was like on a flight, and I was like, "Oh shit, dude!" He got taken down once, and then went, "Oh fuck," and it just zapped out of him, or what? Is that how it came off to you guys?
He just always seems like one of them dudes. It's like he either is there or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like if he doesn't show up
mentally, Johnson, who shout out, he was fantastic. I met him, dude. We talked for a while at the DBX card. Love that guy.
That's sick. You said, "Hey, hold on, there might be talks." That's interesting, man. That's interesting because he has fucking crazy power, and that's with that set. Yeah. I know. Deaded him. It was insane. One of the only people who do it like that.
Yeah,
crazy.
But anyway,
in my opinion, in my opinion, I feel like some people are kind of fueled by trash talk, and some people kind of. And I think Sean Brady was mad. I think Leon got him real mad. I just saw our interview with him recently about how Leon was acting like leading up towards that fight, and I'm like, yeah, I think Brady was. I think he probably got the angriest Sean Brady you ever see because he was talking mad shit even after the fight. Because I guess Leon and his camp weren't being too kind to him, and he was like, in other words, "Fuck Leon, fuck his camp." This was after the fight too, so I was like, "Oh yeah, he still got some antidote." Yeah, I think he just pissed him off. He pissed off the right person.
It made me a fan. I'm not gonna lie. Because you know what I mean? Like, if somebody doesn't respect you.
Well, I mean,
but let's go back real quick.
Been great. Like, he only lost. Was it to
Bilal?
I was gonna say Bilal,
yeah,
right? Yeah,
it was the upset.
Dude, do you guys want to hear a fucking funny ass story? I didn't come on here to steal all the airtime, but like,
no, you're cool, man.
Good.
You want to hear a funny story about Leon?
What's up?
Yeah, go ahead.
So when Izzy flew me and Booger out to
shout out, dude, that's the homie.
Yeah, when he flew us out to, I don't forget which one, but it was the second fight with Vittori and Izzy. And shout out Booger, like you just said. Like, Booger invited me.
Hell yeah.
And that's where his profile picture comes from, that fight.
Yeah, you took the photo.
Yeah, 100%. Because I knew who the fuck invited me, you know? Like, I'm not there to fucking steal the spotlight or
real homie stuff.
I'm there like to support Boog. But it was fucking hilarious because we're sitting in like the third or fourth row. I mean, I knew because I've been to so many cards. I was like, dude, this is where we're sitting. I was like, do you know how much these seats probably cost? And Boog, no, like I have no idea.
Couple grand, right?
Oh, dude, yeah. And
probably like
the kid sitting in front.
$3,000?
No, double. That dude sitting in front of me looked like his kid looked like Herbert, Justin Herbert from the Chargers. And I went over there, you ever hear you look like Justin Herbert? And he goes, oh, no. But now his dad was like, I can't unsee that shit now. And so I broke the ice. And I go like, bro, I'm just curious, like, how much did these tickets cost? And he's like, oh, these $6.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. So Izzy, shout out Boog.
Month.
Here's where it gets fucking funny though. We're on the edge of the row. So 3 seats, Booger's in the middle or on the farthest left. I'm in the middle and there's an open seat. And like I'm not a small dude at all. Like I'm, I'd like to spread out.
Hell yeah.
I'm sitting there. Yeah. And I'm like, oh fuck yeah, dude. We're almost to the main card and no one's in that chair. And I'm like,
hell yeah.
Who the fuck's gonna buy one seat for $6,000
in between motherfuckers and shit?
Yeah, I was like, these are comped for the fighters. Then sure enough, this lady comes in. This woman, this dude, a smoke show comes in here wearing this yellow dress. And is this the right? And I was like, oh yeah, right there. And she sits down, and after a couple, like, I don't know, a little bit, I'm like, so, like, who you with? Like,
oh, some fighter, huh?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, she ain't talking to nobody. She doesn't know nobody. And I'm just trying to be nice, I'm not being weird or anything.
Making conversation, general conversation.
Yeah, and I figure like maybe she's like a family member or someone,
or like a hardcore super fan or some shit. Who knows?
Something. But then I asked her a question. She didn't know who Nate Diaz was.
Oh fuck!
And I was all, oh shit, no. Why are you here?
Great question. Yeah, how did you get these seats that motherfuckers would kill people for that are real fans? You don't even know who Nate, like the most generic, not generic, but the most like.
Like polarizing. Like, who the fuck. I should back up a little second. Okay, so it was during COVID, so you couldn't pay with cash. You had to have a card. I don't remember exactly what the dynamic was, but she got up at one point to go get a drink, came back and was like confused and was like, hey, excuse me, like, do you know, like, I couldn't buy a beer or a drink. And I was like, oh, it's because you have to have this or whatever the fuck it was. And I was like, I don't mind. Like, if you want, I'm grabbing a beer each fight. Like, if you want me to grab a drink, I have no problem. I mean, she looked not miserable, but just literally sitting there.
Bored.
Like, what is this? What is all this?
Get somebody a beer. Yeah, no, you're a good human being.
Yeah, she goes, you don't have to do that. Like, I could give you cash. Like, no, it's no big deal. Like, Booger, I'm buying drinks for everybody. It's all good, dude. Again, not being a weirdo. But then we get closer into the main card. I've been buying her, like, whatever the fuck she was getting. And I go, so, like, what are you here for? Like,
Yeah, like you just showed up by yourself.
Dude, she goes, well, I don't know. Like, I'm like, do you know Leon? And I was like, well, I know who he is. He's fighting Nate Diaz. And she goes, yeah. Is he good? And I was like, who, Nate or Leon? And she goes, well, like either one, both. And I'm like,
you broke it down like this guy does this, that, this guy.
Yeah, I'm all ready to give her like this fucking breakdown. I don't remember how I got to it, but I'm like, yeah, well, Leon's gonna win this. Like, he should win this for sure, but you can't ever really sleep on Diaz. And she goes, oh, okay, because I'm here with Leon.
I'm like, what do you mean here with?
Yeah, and I'm like, I've been buying drinks for this girl.
Like that was his like girlfriend.
That was his date.
Oh fuck, that dude! And I know
that was his date. Oh my god! And I was like, okay, do I stop? No, fuck no. I ain't doing nothing wrong. So
I would have tried to get an autograph or something. I was like, hey man, tell him I bought you a beer because your car wasn't working or whatever, man.
Yeah. And I don't remember if Booger remembers like what was happening there, but I was like, oh fuck. So we go to the after party though with Izzy and Francis Ngannou and Leon.
Yeah, that shit looks crazy, man.
Yeah, he's like super quiet, kind of. He just had his shades on, just kind of chilling. And then she's with him. It's just him and her. And she's all, oh, hey, man.
Oh, God.
What's up? Thank you so much. And I was like, yeah, no problem. And I was like, Leon, nice to meet you. Like, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, so first off, I was the guy.
Awkward-ass way to fucking meet him, but hey.
Good Samaritan.
That's exactly. Bro. If you had good intentions and it was like, legitimately an issue that the card pass issue, you know what I mean? Like, you're cool, dude.
Dude, do you know what was funny, though? When he got, so I was like, trying to just be cool to her again. Like I said, I never said anything. I would never, first of all, you guys know me, but I was like, she was getting a little bit nervous, I think, when the Leon fight was coming up, and I was like, no, he's got this. Like, bro, Leon's fucking good. He should smoke Diaz. Diaz might have a couple moments, but you'll be fine. When Diaz landed that shot and almost knocked him the fuck out,
that shit was crazy.
And I was
the whole arena.
Oh, fuck.
You sitting here like this?
Yeah, dude. I felt so bad. I was like, oh no.
Because he was wobbled bad, dude. And Leon, I mean, if Nate didn't troll, who knows, the whole fucking universe would be different.
Yeah, dude, dead ass. 100%.
If he didn't troll. He doesn't, I mean, he's one of those guys, he just fights just to do it, dude. It's fun for him. He's not trying to prove nothing to nobody. He doesn't fucking give it. He doesn't care if he wins or loses as long as he goes out there and, handles this shit like a man. So and that to him is a victory right there. I could have finished it, but I chose not to. Fuck it. That's hard.
CJI, and he's one of the fighters that kind of approached very calmly and like, hey man,
yeah, because he's real, bro.
And dude, he literally he's such a nice guy.
Human being, man.
I've never dropped that story before on a podcast, but that shit's fucking funny because I'm sitting there unknowingly buying Leon's girl drinks all night, and then I don't know. You could tell she must have told him after or something because the way he looked at me when, hi, Mac. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, he's standing there.
Oh, shit. Like, wasn't sure what your intentions were.
You guys reminded me. Sorry.
No, that's sick, dude. That's the kind of shit we want to hear about.
At least he didn't come up on you on some, oh, you talking to my girl, huh? Or anything like that. You don't want that.
You're trying to pay that Masvidal lick forward.
Yeah.
But to go further back on MMA real quick, I gotta ask, Onkalov and Alex Pereira, was that a good performance on Onkalov's part or just a bad performance on Pereira's part? I think it's the latter, personally. I don't think it was. I do think Onkalov won, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it was like some super fucking spectacular performance. I just think it was more of a bad performance on Pereira's part than it was a good performance on Onkalov's part.
Steezy, I want to hear your take, and then I'll go. I've dropped a part of my take on this on a podcast, so you go first.
I mean, it's supposed to be like you got to beat the champ to beat the champ.
Yeah.
Onkalov was a little bit. He was being a lot more aggressive with the striking. It seemed like he was willing to fucking wing. There was points where he was just like throwing multiple combos at him, and he almost finished him. But he hurt him pretty bad from what I remember, which that's not a good sign, man. It did come out afterwards that I guess Pereira had some injuries, like or
something, neurovirus.
Yeah, and like that's no joke, that kind of shit. Especially if you have to take like antibiotics that run your body down, especially when you're trying to cut weight and shit or whatever. So I respect him for not using that excuse immediately. I don't even think it was an excuse. I think it was just, he's letting us know why you didn't see the typical, because the typical was not there. Leg kicks were good though, but I mean, he just wasn't the same fighter, so he lost. That's what I saw it. He lost a close decision, but I thought you had to beat the champ. Only time I've ever seen shit like that was Mighty Mouse Cejudo, where you kind of get away with, I don't know, man, but it wasn't a great fight to me. But it was not the same.
And even that Cejudo Mighty Mouse decision, a lot of people find very, very controversial. So,
me personally,
he did not look the same.
I don't, because I'm right there with the way you just like kind of brought it up and dismissed it right away, Steezy. Like the exact, I'm like, yeah, that's the theory. That's what you do. You're supposed to beat the champ to be the champ. But what does that mean? So you're saying that if you're beating like the defending, World Series champions, you have to win by 2 runs? Like, no, doesn't mean that. But it also has implications. Like it does. If it's a very close fight, judges might see it for the person that they know better. Like it's not biased. It's literally like, well, but it wasn't that close. And I'm with you, Andre, and I mean Steezy, both of you. Dude, Ankalaev won that. I walked away when it was done and to go tweet or drink.
Yeah, because where the decision's
I was like, that's Ankalaev all day. And
no, I was
I'll find out on Twitter. But that is Ankalaev. And the only argument I've really seen is people saying shit like, "Oh, well, he shot 12 takedowns." Yeah, well, how many did Alex shoot? None.
Mhm.
Well, he stuffed them all. Okay, what did he do with it? It's not like he was diving for takedowns in like because he was rocked. You know, it wasn't desperate takedown.
Panic wrestling.
He was
Yeah.
pressuring him. And excuse me. Did you hear that? Jesus Christ, that was loud.
Is that Gohan? Is that Gohan?
That's Banshee.
Oh shit!
Yeah, she's a big girl. She's about 90 pounds. But yeah, like, dude, you can't just defend. That's Marab. Marab
Mhm.
is the champion right now, and anyone that didn't like him kind of shut the fuck up after that Nurmagomedov fight because it's like, oh well, fuck.
Yeah, dude.
And how many times does he fail on takedowns? And he told me himself, you know, on a podcast, like, oh, it doesn't matter if I take you down, like I'm just pressuring.
Working. Yeah.
Yeah, it's forward pressure. That is the only thing that matters in that decision. And you're right, Steezy, he almost had him out. You know, when he hit him on that, forget
That
what
was
Rhea
bad.
tried. He fucking rocked him. And
He
people
didn't respect him, bro. He was
at
just
all.
winging at Alex.
Yeah. And so, like, his broken hand and like being sick, you know, if that's valid, that's fine. But and it's not an excuse. I mean, it's a reason. You can
Exactly.
absolutely say I wasn't at my best because this was happening and I didn't say it. And it's a shitty position for fighters to be in because they
Because you
can't.
can't even defend yourself.
You can't say that before a fight because then they're gonna be like,
Mhm.
why are you fighting? And then if you say it after, no matter what, people are
It's
gonna
an
take it as an
excuse.
excuse. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, no, I mean, you're saying I didn't look like myself.
And this is why.
And this is why. And I'm not taking anything, oh, fucking cop out. Like, no, that's not, bro. People need to have some sense. He did not look like himself. And I think it's more so Ankalaev. And I said his game plan and the way Ankalaev fights, I think that's a hard fight for Pereira. And that's what happened. You know, Pereira's not used to being pressed.
For sure. Definitely.
Yeah. But 12
Boogie man.
takedowns or 12
the fear of the
takedown
takedown.
stuff don't matter if you don't do dick about it. If you throw a dude down because he's desperate because you rocked him on the feet, you throw his ass down 12 times, yeah, dude, you're not even gonna win by decision. You're gonna finish that dude. But in a long 5-round championship fight where a dude shoots on how many takedowns you have? He had one trip, I think, or something like that. It was sneaky.
Yeah, it was like at the end of the round. It was sick though. I'm not gonna lie.
It was sick. It was sneaky. It was sick. But that's not how that shit works. That's not how that shit works. And I sit next to judges when I work at UFC fights. Or when I work MMA or whatever I'm working. But DBX, Cecil Peoples, I was sitting next to him the entire event, and I didn't even know it was him until Brian Loco told me. He was like, or he called him something. I went, wait, that's Cecil Peoples? I knew he was the commissioner, but like, dude, I just chat with everybody, bro, and that dude's telling me everything he thinks about the fights, and I've done that multiple times. And the way judges look at fights is actually pretty fascinating. And any judge sitting there was going like, do something. And guess what? 12 takedown attempts is something. Not doing anything, you lost. So there you go.
No, respect the breakdown. And then being able to pick a judge's brain and see like the criteria that they're trained on and shit. That's fucking cool. That's some sort of insight that I think everybody should have. Give a little, give judges a little break and shit.
It's funny, dude. Like I won't mention who, but I've been around one judge one time who was watching, and this dude went down, and that he would not stop. He kept looking at me. He's like, "What do you think about that?" I was like, "Fucking, I don't know what hit him." And he's all, "I don't fucking either." Now he like can't figure out what the fuck. Like he's limping.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, he's trying to." I was like, "But he can't decide which legs hurt." And he's all, "That's what I'm." He pulls another dude over here. He's like, "Look at this motherfucker." And like he's just, dude, he sat there and watched that fighter walk out. Oh, hi, Banshee. And was like, nah, that's bullshit. And oh man, dude, they judge just like anybody else watching that shit. They're not like wearing the white wig and sitting there.
Human beings.
Yeah, they're fight fans sitting there going like this. Nah, you ain't doing shit. Like it's
that didn't hurt.
Really yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
How do you even get into that?
Interesting to see it from that perspective.
For sure.
Into judging?
Yeah. What's the pathway?
You take a course. It's the same thing.
I would love to do that.
Dude, it's actually, really interesting. Chris Liebman went through that
process
recently, and now you're starting to see him on UFC events. Dude,
Mhm.
when he started that process years ago, me and Booger were hanging out with him in Vegas, and he was telling us about it and like how you have to go through like a little, like Herb Dean, I think offers one. Big John has one. There's different like academies you go to, and they offer judging or refereeing or both. And so you go through like a process of learning. Essentially, you kind of have to also do it. Like you have to. I think that's changing. You didn't used to have to do it. Nowadays, they want people that have actually done combat sports so that they can go, okay, well, like this guy understands what a fucking triangle choke looks like. Like this dude's asleep. Get him the fuck up. Because we've seen people before, like boxing refs. If you put a boxing ref in there and some dude's getting fucking like twisted,
Oh, they
and he
don't know
doesn't
nothing
grab,
but
like, bro, like someone's gonna get fucked up, you know?
paralyzed and shit.
Yeah, so you go through a little school and then you have to do regional scene. I think they give you like little assignments and then you kind of prove yourself because at the end of the day, referees, we shit on them, we shit on judges, more so referees, but well, you know, we shit on both, but referees, it is that person's job and responsibility by a commission licensed by a state to make sure someone doesn't fucking die in there. And it can happen. It does happen. So you know, we need to give refs a little bit more credit because sometimes they're stopping something they think they've seen before and someone's going to get seriously injured. And I know for a fact, like when refs call off a fight early, they don't go home like the judges. Judges are different with this. Judges do not have to define why they scored a fight a certain way. They can literally go, because I did. Do you have credentials? And it's bullshit, dude. Like there's one judge everyone knows who went on a Reddit rant a long time ago, fucking talking about you guys don't know dick. I'm a judge. You don't know what you're fucking talking about. You live in your daddy's basement and all this shit. And it was one of the most egregious decisions ever. And it was like, dude, you're not addressing the fucking problem. Judges are different, but refs feel terrible if they fuck up because they know it is a fighter's career on the line and their fucking safety. And so when refs pull the trigger on a fight, you gotta give them some leniency, thinking that they've seen it a lot more than you, and they're trying to save someone's life, like actually, legitimately, financially, and physically.
Yeah, financially is a big one.
Steezy, what's the number one thing I say on this podcast when it comes to refereeing?
Oh, let's go.
No, you'd rather it be early stoppage than late. Yeah.
Yep. See, and then
100%.
What sucks is the fans want late, and then they want
because they're bloodthirsty, dude.
Well,
and
they never
have no
fought.
heart, bro.
They never had.
They're bloodthirsty and have no hearts, bro. Like, and that's how I feel about that. I stress that a lot on this podcast, dude. Early over late, any day of the week, bro.
All day.
I don't like seeing. I don't like as much of a fight fan as I am, dude. I don't like seeing a dude already knocked out unconscious and still getting punched repeatedly. Like that shit irks me, dude. Like it's the ref's job to protect the fighter themselves. Like you can't get mad at a ref for stopping a fight early. Some are very egregious, but you got to look at it from the ref's point of view. And I've been saying we also should get a ref cam just so people can see
what they
saw eyes of the ref what they're seeing for that has them running in to stop the fight. But like
like they might see a tap.
It's their job. It's their job at the end of the day. It's their job to protect the fighter, not to let the fighter get brain damage.
Like, I need to know the worst stoppage you can think of right off rip. Mine,
Utalaba versus Ankalaev.
Yeah, that was pretty. Mine's Munoz.
That one quick, dude.
That Munoz versus
that
Weidman
one was confusing. I felt bad for the ref though.
Yeah,
I was there for that one. That Steezy just said.
He was playing fucking possum. He was literally trying. He was going like,
yeah, dude. Very clearly still with it.
When a fighter's wobbling around like that. Okay, the organization is thinking highlight reel KO. This is going viral.
Exactly. Like this is money, dude.
Yep. And then the ref's thinking this dude's about to get murdered. And then I'll never forget when he called it off and dude goes, "What the fuck?" Like he went from this like to wait, what? I was joking.
Just immediately, you know what I mean? Just showing that he was with it the whole time.
Yeah, not his, neither of their faults necessarily. And that's the gray area of calling off fights, or Robbie when Herb Dean called off in the Ben
The
Askren fight.
fucking
That was
yeah,
my and he immediately, what the fuck are you doing? Oh,
yeah, because they could have stopped it
I
when he
know.
got slammed.
Yeah, and then he told her, he got pissed. Like I think he pushed her. He was about to say like, what the fuck? He went, nah, dude, wait, no, I know, I get it, I know what you
Yeah,
do.
Lawler's he's cool, man. You
So
could tell. You see the whole process in his mind during that.
fighters got to keep that shit in mind when they're playing around, they're playing
Steezy's.
possum or whatever. But
Yeah, Anderson Silva, bro.
Oh yeah,
Anderson Silva, Chris Weidman.
Weidman on all these lists, dude. Yeah, him knocking
the
out
ref don't
Munoz.
finish you, the fighter might.
I remember
Weidman,
watching that live, dude.
No, I was there for Weidman and Munoz. I was
That was
at that
brutal.
event.
That was one of the craziest elbows I've ever seen in my life to this day, dude.
All right,
People got to put some respect on Weidman. I remember watching
my worst referee stoppage is on season 10 of The Ultimate Fighter.
My favorite. I just talked to the producer of that. Before this podcast,
Is that Rashad Rampage?
Yes.
Okay. Legendary. Kimbo and all that, right?
Brendan Schaub, Kimbo, Roy Nelson. Yes.
No, Brendan Schaub versus Marcus Jones is like the worst referee stoppage I've ever seen in my life.
Bro,
I actually posted that like on Twitter like a year ago. That shit went crazy viral to the point where Brendan Schaub commented on that shit. Like,
damn.
Yeah. It reminds me of Jalen Turner. Jalen Turner fight. Like, bro.
Oh, that one was horrible too. Horrible too. You talking about him and Bobby Green, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted Bobby to go out, bro.
That was atrocious.
That's what you risk as a referee watching something saying that Bobby usually gets up. And when fighters argue, like, well, you know me. I do. And that's why I want you to survive, man. Like,
yeah, good point.
I gave you your chance. Oh man. But then that's the time where you fuck it up.
Speaking of Jalen Turner, have you guys? I don't know what your official title is over at Karate Combat.
Oh yeah,
can you tell us that?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, dude, that's also. I'm not with Karate Combat anymore.
Oh no shit.
For
like 4 years. Yeah, I do not work for Karate Combat anymore. I work for Campai Pandas. So I work for Ice Bags, man. I work for Mike Perry.
Shout out.
Ice Bags. Jon Jones now.
Yeah, I saw that, dude. Congrats. Like, that's the whole company. That's a big move, dude.
And we just got Renato Moicano. So
Money Moicano, bro.
Dude, he's such a fucking dope guy, bro.
I'll never forget that meme of him at the fucking weigh-ins. I don't give a fuck. Dude, bro, that guy kills me, bro.
He's one of those guys that, like, he is exactly the same person. Like, I walked by him when I showed up at DBX, and I was walking by, and I looked over, and I was like, oh, Moicano. And he, my brother. And I was like, we're coworkers now, bro. And he's like, fuck yeah, brother. Like, dude, he's dope.
He's cool, man.
Like, to explain my job, I get asked this a lot, and it's easier now. I used to work for a bunch of different entities, but Karate Combat was my main job. Now it's Dirty Boxing, Campai, Overdogs podcast. I do social media for us. Like, I'm just kind of a social media manager on the podcast, co-host podcast, and I help with marketing. And I mean, like, dude, I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh yeah, I don't make the fights, but like when, like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm a fucking what are those things in your pocket? It's fucking gay as fuck to have the pocket knife with like all the
Swiss Army tool.
Yeah, dude, like they're cool but the guy that always carries those around and acts like he's the savior because you're like, hey bro, does anyone have these? I got you, bro. And you're like,
I keep the ones with the pliers and shit. You never know, man. I got one around the house. It's a hammer and pliers.
I have them in my house, but you keep it in your pocket at all times.
Fuck no way. Those are Swiss Armies.
See, dude, you ain't gonna walk up like that dude. I'll get your
on
beer,
your
bro.
belt and shit.
I can open this, bro. I'm good. You're not a Boy Scout right now. Anyway.
Thick.
Yeah, I'm a Swiss Army knife. Like, I just kind of Oh man, that's a rough one. But yeah, I work for Dirty Boxing. So for instance,
Fuck
for the
yeah,
Dirty
dude.
Boxing card we just did, I did every post. So we have our shooters, we have our camera shooters. Shout
Mm-hmm.
out my boy Danny, he's fucking great. I love that dude. We hang out all the
Hell
time.
yeah.
Ryan Loco, shout out him.
Shout out.
They're the ones sitting cage side with the camera all close.
Hell
They
yeah.
do a great job of hiding in the Dirty Boxing. And then they come out, they'll walk out, upload their shit right to me. I'm sitting there right there cage side. Like you can see me in the broadcast, and my head's usually like this, and it's because I'm posting. So
That's
I was
sick,
in charge of posting for this one, and that's getting it out on every platform and every channel we need to get that out on. And it gets way more involved than that. But also, like when we had Aiden Ross showed up, and one of the Cabo brothers came up to me and said, "Yo, dude, he's gonna bounce. Like he's got to bounce. Go get like a clip of him."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Oh shit, okay. Like let me see."
Smart.
Yeah, so I went out there. He was actually pretty chill. I don't really know anything about him. I know he's a fucking big deal, but he was super fucking nice to me, dude. I catch him outside, say, "Yo, dude, I run socials for DBX. You mind if I just get a quick little clip?" And yeah, dude.
That's
It's
sick,
all,
man.
you can hear my voice in it. Literally talk to him. He's like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
what's going? Super cool.
Yeah,
So
I saw that.
I
clip.
grab
saw
that. I
clip.
go back in, firing that up. So it sounds kind of like lame, but yeah, I catch, record, produce, post content. And so
No,
like that
that's
was our first card. Yeah, Karate
that's
Combat.
not lame, dude. That's hardcore.
Dude, it's a fucking lot, man. So, there were some issues with the Dirty Boxing card, audio issues. We know about that. That's from the truck. Like we're addressing that.
Mm-hmm.
It's our first card, guys. Give us a break. But like, yeah, I mean, dude, I do social media is the best way to explain it. And so you probably liked, if you like combat sports, I've
Yeah,
probably
that's your.
posted a lot of the shit you've liked, and I never take credit for it or anything like that. That's not what I'm trying to do. It's not me.
No, you're promoting the event, the
I
fighters and shit.
coordinate it, and I post to all of our like, dude, my Instagram is ridiculous.
You are the flavor. You are the Flavor Flav of combat sports. You're the hype man.
I don't know what I am, but something like that. But like I just checked 9. I'm logged into 9 different Instagrams.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the money's at, dude. That's it.
That's no lie. So sorry if that wasn't very clear, but it just depends on like it depends on what's up. Like
Shit, the only reason I even brought up Karate Combat, was because I was just like, I thought it might be possibly a good transition for Jalen Turner. I mean, I feel like Turner, a lot of dudes that
he'd be good.
I feel like a lot of dudes that are like leaving MMA and going to Karate Combat are doing pretty decent for themselves.
Robellis,
got to worry about the ground game
over there. Yeah,
it's like the stand and bang of fucking. It's like the stand and bang. It's like
that's dirty boxing
me on UFC 5.
Yeah,
like I stopped playing MMA, bro.
Like, Andre, not to fucking stop you, but like Steezy,
that's dirty boxing.
That is what dirty boxing was made to be. Now I've even talked to Mike and everyone about this. Like I prefer kick. I love kicks, man. I was a kicker when I ever halfway trained. I posted actually a clip of me sparring today from like 10 years ago.
Oh yeah.
I loved to kick, man. I was a kicker for sure. But
I'm a kicker too.
Dirty boxing was specifically made for what? Just knock each other out, bro. Elbows, punches, spinning shit. If you knock them down, ground and pound.
I didn't know about spinning.
Yeah, you can spin. You can spin in dirty boxing. Hit them in the back. Yeah, fuck yeah. You just cannot do anything. Like you can't throw them down.
Take down. You saw that takedown.
Oh, bro, I was right there. I went like this. Oh shit, he fucked up. What the fuck is he doing? We were laughing like
Perry was talking shit about.
Yeah, and then Yuli hit him with a bunch of shots, like pretty much in the back of the head. But
and he called it off.
Yeah, we're figuring this shit out, and he would have probably won that shit anyway. But like, yeah, that one was funny. That was an egregious. It was funny when he got up. He acted all like, "Oh, my bad, dog." That was a solid fireman carry, like double, bro.
Yeah, like you knew what you were doing, man. Yeah. That was the same fight with the guy where he got stopped because he got hit in the back of the head, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Mike said some shit. It was 100% for real. Like it made sense. He's like, dude, acting hurt. You're not gonna get an extra check, bro. See, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason for all this shit. We get it, but like, we got shit to do. Conduct yourself, man. Like, yeah, I didn't realize Mike was that personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just a big tough fighter guy, but this motherfucker is intellectual. Like, I like to hear his point of view and shit. That's why I keep tuning in. You guys is you kind of have different thought process and shit. I like to hear him articulate his thoughts. That guy a lot cooler than I originally thought when he was in the UFC. He's been blossoming. That shit's cool to see.
He is misunderstood, and I talked to him about this a lot, man. Like,
now he's got a platform to communicate himself, and that's what's cool, man.
And he like, we all do provide a different thing on the Overdogs podcast where Bags will ask shit, because Bags don't give a fuck, dude. Bags is like the man. He's like,
yeah, I noticed that when I was watching.
He's like, yeah, so what do you think? Like, is Michelle Obama a man? Like, he'll ask like the most crazy shit. He don't give a fuck, dude. He wants like a reaction. He's a nice guy. Like, he's a great guy. Like, but Bags don't give a fuck. Then Mike has like the fighter perspective where like two fighters can kind of just, doesn't matter if they know each other. Like, they can kind of just bounce back and forth. And then where I feel like I provide value to the podcast is my in-depth knowledge of like the history of the sport and like old stories that fans kind of always wondered about and want to hear about. And so that's why I usually kind of chill. And I think of my questions usually as the podcast goes on. Like the last Matt Serra one, dude. Like when I brought up motherfucker's ear off, and he's like, oh yeah. And Mike's always like, what? That's yeah. And then he goes into stories like, but Mike is very, you'll like the one we recorded just earlier. We talked all about DBX. It was just me and Mike on this one. Then we had Andre Arlovsky for a little bit, and it was pretty funny. But dude, yeah, Mike is a very he's a family man, dude. He was always meant to be, like, and I mean that. Like that dude,
yeah, when he was a kid, shit changed. I want to live in the universe where he actually came out to the Halo theme song instead of that fucking bullet. Bro, I want to live in that universe, man. Shit would be different.
I asked him about that one time. I forget what he said, but he said something fucking funny as shit.
Next time he fights, he needs to do it. Rectify it.
Yeah, dude. I think he made he makes jokes about that. Because he would. He don't give a fuck when people think. He would walk out to that.
No, I mean, he rocked the fucking, when they switched the song, so if he could rock that bitch, he'll rock the real Halo song. That motherfucker transcend. That'd be legendary.
Oh, fuck yeah. Dudes, like, I really didn't want this to be all about me or anything like that, but
no, it's cool because we had questions.
We're chilling. Yeah. We're chilling.
We got questions.
What was I gonna? I got another question for you. Take the Albuquerque bias out of this question too. By the way,
you can add it. It's all good. Everyone hates New Mexico besides me.
Jon Jones. I know you guys exchanged phone numbers recently. Is he?
Yeah.
Is he ducking? Is he ducking that Madden fade like he's ducking that Aspinall fade or what?
Well, it was funny this time, dude, because like
you got to stream it too
in a podcast, in the Overdogs podcast, obviously, and like I had said something about he was talking about his garage or something. And I was like, bro, if you need someone to organize your garage, I'll come over and fucking do it. You're the GOAT. And like, am I glazing?
No, like, bro, as a fan, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say fucking
thank you for coming on the podcast, bro. I'll go over there and fucking do that shit.
The least I can do is help a homie out. Like, dog, it ain't shit to me. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're in the same fucking city.
Yeah.
Or, whatnot. Fuck it, dude. If they're offering, you know what I mean? If they're cool with it, fuck it. That's a chance to hang out with somebody you've idolized. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, why the fuck would you not?
Well, I tacked on at the end of it. I was like, I'll come over to your fucking garage, clean myself, and then I'll beat you at Madden. That's what I told him. And he goes, oh, hell no. And then he stayed around for a minute, like talked to me a little bit longer. Was like, yo, let me get your Instagram. Let's run that shit. He said he'd bring me to like his garage, you know, and we'll
damn, dude.
Yeah. And I was like, oh fuck. But here's my mistake. I never fucking like, bro, I didn't message him or anything. I thought like he said that. But like I'm like, you know, just leave it alone. So when I saw him again, and then now he's a co-owner of the league I work for, he was there. And you know how the DBX card started late?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. It was
there was some issues or some shit.
Yeah, people were bitching. And that's fine. Bitch about it. It's free.
Exactly. It's free,
and we're having technical difficulties. But it was funny when we were ready to go. I genuinely believe, because I can't know every part of the team, and I know what was going on, but when he showed up, dude, half the people in that building lined up to get a picture with him. And I
Yeah,
feel like we just stalled the fights for like another 15 to 20 minutes while people just talked to Jon Jones. And so I didn't talk to him at all. I worked my ass off during the card like usual.
Mhm.
And then after, you could tell he was exhausted, bro. He's leaving. And I went up to one of the Cabo brothers and I was like, yo, dude, introduce me to Jones, because I've never got to talk to him. And I don't want to be one of those guys that like walks up. And he's like, no, I got you. So I was like the last dude he talked to. And Abe goes,
Mhm.
yo, bro, like, that's Mac from the Overdogs. And I walk up and I told him, you don't want that Madden smoke. And he goes, no, you don't want that Madden smoke. And then
That's sick that he remembered, you know.
yeah, he remembered. He knew exactly who the fuck. It might have taken him a second, but you can almost see it in his eyes. And then so we're kind of talking shit. That he asked how I'm doing, and then
Mhm.
he goes like, "You really don't want that Madden smoke." And then I go to take that selfie, and I go, "No, I'm top 100." And he literally goes, "You can't hear it in the
Fuck.
video." Yeah, he goes, "No way."
Yeah, I was gonna say the realization.
Yeah, you can see it like in his eyes. He goes like this.
Word?
And then what you can't hear in the video is him straight up say like, "Oh, maybe you can teach me some shit." And I'm like,
Yeah, so that's
"Fucking bet, dude. You ever around?" And he goes, "You know, get my number." And it was so funny because, dude, I'm shocked. Again, I have imposter syndrome. I don't, you know, I'm not like, I don't.
It's still a
I'm
lot.
lucky
It's
as
still a
fuck.
lot to take in.
Yeah, so I'm like trying to figure out. Oh my god, like what the fuck? So I panic and I'm like, oh here, and I'm like, hold on, let me turn down my screen brightness because there's a fucking ton of people around. His
yeah.
bodyguards are like kind of keeping everyone off. And this dude's fucking typing his number into my phone. So I reach over, I'm like, here, let me turn down the brightness so that no one can see it. And then
Mhm.
his bodyguards like literally reach over my phone and cover it. Like, bro,
That's considerate.
and then I cannot tell you what we discussed, but then I did mention something about like, brother, go beat fucking Tom Aspinall and show these haters like who the fuck. And we'll just yeah, I can't tell you what he says. Yeah. It was cool, man. Like that's Jon Jones putting Roy Jones Jr. gave me his number. Jon Jones gave me his number.
Yeah, those are two of the best to ever
Of
do
the
it in
GOAT.
sport. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
it's yeah. I'm more again just grateful, lucky, and Jesus Christ, like that blew my mind. And not a lot of things blow my mind.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's the Mount Rushmore. One of your favorite sports. You know, that's insane. Say the least.
Well, it's fucking nice to see the fucking progression, man. Honestly, like that's what
Yeah,
I
dude.
aspire to be like, dude. Honestly, like I just know, I just want to keep pushing. I know we don't do the numbers that I would like us to do, but I love
Well,
doing it, man.
that's
Like
literally guess what?
I
The
genuinely love
UFC
doing it.
doesn't do the numbers they want to do. Nobody does the numbers they want to do. You know, like I feel like I fucked this podcast up, honestly. Because Andre, you
Nah,
don't,
you
and I
didn't.
don't mind dropping this on the podcast, but like my girlfriend Anna is a twin, and you know, through life circumstances and unfortunate tragic events, she doesn't have anybody besides her twin sister. And so, shout out Vanessa. She's in the hospital right now, and they really can't figure out what's wrong, and it's not good. It's really not good. And Andre, I know you kind of know about this, so Steezy, but like shout out Vanessa. I gotta bounce here, but I feel like I ruined this one because we just were kind of
You
catching up.
didn't. You
No,
didn't.
because this is what people want to hear, bro. Like we're getting insight. You know, we got questions that a lot of people want to know about and shit. Like, no, this is exactly what we're supposed to be doing.
Well, if you guys are down, you guys do every week or what?
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, I mean, I only go to school on
we try
the
to anyway.
weekends.
We can hop up on this bitch next week. I'll make Andre a promise, Steezy as you know you as well.
For sure.
Um, and we can hop back on here and get on course with all the shit happening in MMA. But if you guys have any other questions, like what's funny too is like I feel like I'm confident, but like if you don't want to hear my opinion, I don't give a shit. You know, like okay, I work in this shit. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, like
You
this is
know?
just my job.
Yeah. So I don't always get asked this type of stuff because no one really knows what I do. And if you guys ever have questions, like I do have crazy insight on stuff, a lot of stuff. Doesn't mean I'm correct, but I've seen this stuff from behind the scenes. So I'd be happy to, because I owe it to Andre and you, Steezy, You know, dude, I remember Steezy, you and me always talked about Ali Superman right there.
Yeah, man. Oh, where's my fucking? It's somewhere. Wait. Nah, it's somewhere. I got an Ollie big ass fucking frame poster. I gotta hang up, man. Massive fan. But yeah, you know.
You see that clip I posted yesterday of him talking about like how when he was walking out for the Foreman fight and he goes, "The fuck you all look scared for? I'm the one fighting."
Yeah, I'm the one fighting, bro.
Yeah,
Just
he's all, bro, like, fuck, you've been reading all that shit in the news. You believe it? He's like, okay, well, I don't give a fuck. When we go out there, look happy, because how the fuck am I supposed to go out there and win looking like
my team funeral and shit,
dude?
Man.
And, oh, hey, I legit didn't even realize.
Hell yeah,
I noticed that a long time ago.
No, I didn't notice either. That's beautiful.
Yeah, what's my name?
I mean, your dead name and shit, but
yeah, what's my name? What's my name? Beat the fuck out of that guy. Anyway,
the hardest shit ever. No, we can talk about Ollie all day, but you got other obligations, man. We ain't gonna hold you up. We did a whole hour.
I mean this. I fucking mean this, dude. Look how fast that went by. I legit cannot believe that already went by.
I'm telling you,
like I just ruined it, being like, oh, this is what I've been up to.
You didn't ruin shit, bro. You didn't ruin shit. I promise you.
Okay, well then, if you guys want to take me up on that, I will make time again next week, and we can talk about some relevant shit, or you can ask me some more shit. And I'll leave you guys with this though. I want you guys to realize, first of all, put your podcast on Twitter, because that's where your audience is, and that's where people are going to be able to appreciate it. And like you said, Steezy, you listened to the X version of the Rashad episode. YouTube didn't even have that, man. Like, and that was the best part. We were all talking about how it was the best, and not because of me, but because we went on a whole spree after that, talking about mental health and all kinds of shit. We all got off that podcast. We're like, bro, that was sick. Put this shit on X. Put it on X. You start growing a following. I'll help you guys with this as much as I possibly can, but just keep being genuine, dudes. And you guys deserve more views. A lot of people out there do.
It sucks that you gotta kind of be controversial.
I want to shout out my homie Red Wolf and the homies MMA podcast. Like those dudes put out genuinely good content, and they also deserve more views. And I think more people need to try to come together instead of competing, because like you said on this podcast, not on this episode, but in past episodes, bro, this space is big enough for everybody to eat, man. Like everybody has their own unique personality. Everybody brings something else different to the table. Not everybody covers the same combat sports. Not everybody covers the same topics. Like everybody has different personalities, different subjects, different contexts, different good content, and somebody in the group chat was talking the other day and he was like, bro, we should all like just come together and combine all of our content channels into just one big ass channel. And I was like, dude, that's the mentality everybody needs to have. Like,
well, think about it
together, as opposed to
like, you ever done a 10-hour fucking work shift and like, oh, here's my favorite podcast. Oh, they dropped an episode, and you listen to it for an hour and a half, that ends, and you're like, well, no more podcasts. You go look for a fucking another one, dude.
Relevant.
And also, like, on social media, liking and retweeting and sharing,
it's free, bro.
It's free. Yeah, people act like people got through the $2 in their pocket, and you're like, each likes 50 cents. You get 4 a day. Like, no, bitch, that shit is free to support everybody.
I support all the homies.
Yeah, and to be honest, like I haven't been the best at it recently. I do my best. I really do. Like anytime I see a homie posting something about, even if I can't watch it, I'll like it.
But, all you can do.
Yeah, I mean, like I should do better. But here's an idea, because Andre knows this. I owe Red Wolf a huge apology. I'm so bad at my DMs, dude. And he even hit me up. And he said, Andre told me, and I was like, I think I responded to that one. If I didn't,
he hit me up today. He hit me up today asking me if you could hit him back.
Oh, no. Okay, peep this. How about this? Next week, you, Steezy, me, and Red Wolf. Just bring it together.
Podcast?
Yeah, we'll just do it all together.
Oh, bro, he's gonna fucking do backflips when I tell him that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell his English ass that he's gonna have to stay up a little bit late, but he'll do it.
Oh, speaking of that, hey man, shout out Stanley Johnson, bro. You got the hat on. You about to be fighting in England. representing Roy Jones' team in the U.S.
Oh shit!
Shout out.
Yeah, he's representing your boy. That's right.
Roy Jones.
He is.
Let's go.
He's fighting for his
Battle of the
team.
Bridge. April
Shout
4th.
out Sam, bro. Kid Muscle's gonna hold it down.
One quick thing, my dad, you know, he has always been supportive of what I've done. He's the only one that was supportive from the beginning when I was like, I think I have something going here.
He saw the path. Hell yeah, dude. Shout out Pop.
He just knew, like, dude.
Trusted the boy.
Yeah, Shane always figures it out, bro. He always, yeah. But he was a boxer, and when Roy Jones, so I'll tell him about the stuff, and he won't really know what the fuck. Like, he'll be like, oh, that's awesome. But when I got Roy Jones Jr.'s number, the first person when I walked out of that bitch, I called it. I said, Dad, you'll never get it. I'll never use it in my life.
Yeah.
I've met him. I've seen him since. But, you know, dude, I was like, Roy Jones Jr. and my dad, I think he called a couple of his friends. Like, my son has Roy Jones Jr. number. And
hell yeah, dude.
Bro, my life has been crazy. And you guys are I really think there is room, like you guys just said, there's room for all of us to grow. Let's help each other. And I apologize. I swear I'm not a narcissist. I know you guys know this, but anyone listening, we were just catching up because I haven't talked to my boys here for a while. Besides Andre, we played baseball the other day. I've gotten we'll be okay.
I am atrocious at that game, bro.
When I get back from the hospital, if you want to play a game, let's run one. But
if I can run one before work, bro.
I set up,
but I'm off the next 2 days.
Let's go. Word.
Oh, not tonight. Tonight's my Friday, but Thursday and Friday I'm off. So,
all right,
we're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all just hit me up next week. Easy. Just let me know. You know, I don't do shit until Friday.
Fuck yeah, dudes. Well,
but as always, man, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you, Mac, for making your hat trick appearance. I know you're new to hockey, but a hat trick, do you know what a hat trick is?
I'm not new to hockey, bro. I just don't follow it that hard. Hockey is the one sport I wanted to play as a kid because I wasn't allowed to play anything else, man. Because I was baseball. They were like, you're going to go pro. I'm not doing the whole thing like I was until I, you know, took an arrow to the knee, Skyrim reference. But
we've been there. I'm gonna bet that
not allow me to play anything else. I wanted to play football the most. When they shot that down, they said I was gonna get hit because I play offense for sure. No, so I was like hockey, and they said absolutely the fuck not. So I didn't get to play none of that shit. But I love hockey, dude. Hockey's a shit. I cannot believe that ref called off the goalie fight the other day.
Yeah, they don't let the goalie scrap, huh?
Yeah, put that dude in jail more.
Oh, the goalies have definitely fought.
Yeah,
have you ever seen a Superman punch in hockey?
5 years in jail, lit Kane out.
Yeah, that's free Kane, bro. Free Kane. It's just showing, you know.
I'm sorry.
That's just ridiculous.
Did you see my post about this?
And everything you said was justified. Yep. You didn't say anything out of line. Anybody disagreeing, that says enough about them.
And anyone disagreeing is either a pedophile or you don't realize that the guy that he hit, the innocent guy he hit, was harboring him and knew about his prior abuse and enabled it. And
not a saint.
Read the fucking thread. People, he hit an innocent guy. Well, look, man, you don't get. Oh, well, then you explain that part and you go, no, this guy was not innocent. The FBI, they all knew about this. They were hiding this dude.
Damn.
And he still hasn't gone to trial. Kane's already in jail, and that dude's still out. Fuck all that. Fuck you. Fuck that. Look into this shit before you open your mouth, or you're a fucking pedophile or just misinformed. But, oh, yeah, dude. I went off on that one. Sorry. Like, that shit's just
ridiculous. And there was nothing you said that wasn't valid.
You endangered everyone. Okay, guess what? Yes, he did. That's why he spent 3 fucking years in house arrest and in jail and losing that time spending with his son already. 3 years. Okay? And then on top of that, you don't get, you know, the same sentence if you drive drunk and kill somebody as you do if you get a DUI. Okay, the intent wasn't there. It's the fact that he made a fucking mistake, didn't hurt anyone. Coulda, doesn't work. Fuck you. Free Kane.
Free Kane. Simple 100%. As that.
100%. I'm just glad that judge saw that and gave him the least worst sentence he could possibly give him.
Bro, we gotta let this man go, bro. He gotta go to the hospital.
No,
dog.
you guys got me fired up on that one. I had to bring that one up.
You handled it, bro. Thank you for stopping by,
Let's hit
man.
this again next week. I swear to Christ.
Definitely, yeah. Y'all just let me know.
Next time, man.
Yes, sir. Hit up Wolf for me.
Hell yeah, crisp.
Yeah.
I got you.